Let's dive deep into the world of darkness and evil, the world of fear, but specifically Fear 2. That's what we're talking about today, boys and girls, and it is twice as scary as the first game. I can tell you that because I haven't played the first game, so I have no idea how scary the first game is. I don't even know if I can feel fear. It just is maybe. It's a maybe, solid maybe. I might be afraid of things. Who knows? Who knows? We're going to find out, though, because I'm 2 times encouraged to feel fear in this game. And like one of the first things right out of the gate, because you kind of are just playing basically a Call of Duty campaign, and then all of a sudden like your screen gets all yellow and hazy and you start following a little girl around, and like that's EDP's fantasy, bro. I don't know if this is a horror game as much as like an EDP wet dream. But anyways, I'm running down these hallways, bro, and I'm going to find her because I think she's lost her like parents at the supermarket, and then all of a sudden ended up in this house that I'm supposed to be like Call of Dutying through, and she's messing up my Call of Duty campaign, so I need to get her to the store manager. That was my plan, and I'm gung-ho gonna do it. Maybe I need to find her mom. Maybe her mom's a really nice lady that just doesn't understand it, and then I see her. She's naked. No wonder she's running around like a wild child. Her mom can't even like have the common decency to put pants on. Now, what type of example are you setting for your child in this day and age? Now, I get it, like, free the nipple movement's real, but come on, you don't have that good of an ass to be, like, flaunting it in front of everyone. You got an ass like the lady from The Shining, all scary coming out of the bathtub, melting, your skin's falling off. Anyway, she's staring at like nothing, and then a nuke just happens, and this is like the first level of the game, and I was like, holy cow, nuclear explosions, and I survive, I guess, because all of a sudden, like, I'm in a hospital, and I have these surgeons. I think one of them's played by George Clooney, probably not, I think that's another show, ER or something, but that is not how you do surgery. I have never seen people just going ham like that. And then you're like, oh, he's coding, blah, blah, blah. We need to jump in, Dr. Yabba Dabba. And then back to just like gung-hoing inside of me. It looks like they're trying to like, they're having like a Beyblade battle or something. You remember Beyblades, those things you like pull and they go in the arena and like smack each other? It looks like that's what they're trying to do, like in my lungs. Like, look at this, Beyblades. That's all I'm getting right now. And this was like the first moment in the game that I actually kind of felt a little something where I was like, this is kind of creepy. I'm a little bit afraid. And then he's just like shanking me, bro. What is this, prison rules? And then the first jump scare happened. And that made me tense up a bit. But you wake up in the hospital just all vacant and alone. It's kind of sad. It made me think like Akon, just so lonely, bro. I wanted friends again. So obviously I go searching and go on a little bit of escapades through this hospital to try to meet some friends. Because, one, I don't know what these guys did to me, and I don't know what they left inside of me, but I do see old monster naked chick walking around, and that pisses me off. I gotta break some glass. Like any domestic violence person will tell you, break glass when a woman makes you mad. Anyways, this whole hospital's like covered with blood and bullet holes and like grime, and I was like, holy cow, everybody's dead. And it's just like gory and disgusting, and I love it, but at the same time it's making me a little nauseous. So I decide the best course of action is to go to the bathroom. That was the women's. I'm obviously not allowed in there, but the men's is wide open. And there's blood in here too, but it can't be that bad, you know what I mean? It can't be like too gory, but oh, it's just a nurse on her time of the month. That's not that big of a deal. I'll give her some privacy. Let's see if the other stall's up. Oh, whoa, dude, stop checking me out, dude. I gotta get in this other stall. I gotta get in here. Hold up. Safety is behind these very flimsy stall doors. That's right. You can't get me now, demons. You evil fiends. Haha. Outsmarted you this time. Anyway, go back to my little escapades through this hospital because I still have yet to find a friend. And then, oh, friend! No, they killed friend. Friend had a nice run, but Mr. Military Guy killed him. And I don't even have a gun yet to, like, deal with these guys. But right around this moment, I started to get thirsty. But I didn't have any cash, so I thought, ooh, squeezy juice. And I just fucked Squeezy Juice's day up. And then I try to kill Professor Doctor, which has got to be like Dr. Pepper or some shit, but he has got the powers from like the demons themselves, and I just don't have the ability to break that out. And then the naked lady's back. Could you please put some clothes on? You keep jumping out at me, and it's just getting absolutely unacceptable. Really, we're breaking the ceiling now, you stupid bitch? Alright, you think you can just run around naked because of the free the nipple movement and then destroy ceilings? Anyways, right around now is how I found out what they were doing inside of my body. They were giving me the power to like warp time. Somehow they had taken Max Payne, pulled him out of his universe and shoved him into my spleen so that I could go through the game like a goddamn god. I'm not gonna lie, these moments right here made me love the game. At first I was just kind of like whatever, but then this right here, do you see how cool I am? Do you see how much like testosterone's shooting out of every bullet of this gun? I am like jizzing all over the place while this happens. Anyway, finally I get down to these two ladies who just can't decide who actually wants my man juice, so they start like running me through this machine. I don't know what it does, but it's like sterilizing me or something because they don't want any kids and they don't want to get their tubes tied. Anyways, these guys show up and try to like blast their way into their love life, and I'm like, guys, that's not how it does. I know they say to be a dick to girls, but shooting at them is too far. It is not okay to do that. That is a felony. So please stop. Anyways, then the wall decides to break and open up like a void to like something's asshole. Nick Ocado's asshole opens up right there and just sucks everything in. And I go into like scary dreamland. And there's just a swing set there, bro. Like, why is there a burnt down tree with just a single swing set and like a nuclear power plant off to the side? Goofy. Anyways, I run up to see, finally found the girl, and I'm going to take her back to her dad because I'm a good guy, but she gives me like don't fuck with me vibes, and I'm like, alright, whatever. And so I meet Pedo Stash Dude, and I feel like he's looking for the girl, but he's looking for her for the wrong reasons, bro. Those EDP reasons, and I'm not down with that. I am super against people doing things to kids, and he gives me kid diddler vibes, and I am not going to let that happen. But I'm stuck in this tube. What am I supposed to do? I can't shoot him. Anyways, I eat it out of the tube, only to like end up in the like running through this hospital more because this whole game seems to be like stuck in this hospital. But like people are getting like sucked through the walls and stuff. I tried to kill this guy to put him out of his misery because even I was like, this is getting a little dark. And then I just got like swarmed. You know how it is. You're playing a shooter. You want to see some cool shit, but they won't let you see the cool shit because they want to just keep shooting you. And that is a problem. But I get through these hobos with shotguns and go down the hallway, start shooting this guy, and this thing just leaps on him. Just like yeets him behind the counter and bloodies him up. I'm like baffled at this point. Like something's going on. There is some shenanigans at foot, and I believe it is shenanigans happening. Anyways, I progress through this evil hellhole that is a hospital, or was a hospital, to get into an elevator, which this game really loves elevators. And then this happened. Look at this silly Willy here. Look how goofy he is. He's just gonna half ride the elevator. He's clipping through the floor like a goofball, like a silly Willy. You know, just this is typical silly stuff happening in Fear 2. You know, typical stuff. Anyways, I get down to the bottom and end up getting attacked by like a flamethrower guy, and I decide I'm gonna fucking use this flamethrower because it's a flamethrower. Why wouldn't I use a flamethrower? They throw the flames, only to find out that this flamethrower is like, it shoots like balls of flame or something. I don't know. It kind of sucks. I'm not sure if I love it, hate it, or it's kind of the thing with flamethrowers in games. Flamethrowers in games are like a love or hate them type of deal. It's either the flamethrower makes you feel like you're killing people in Vietnam. I know that's kind of dated reference, but whatever. You kind of want to feel like you're in Vietnam with a flamethrower, or you just feel awful with it, and it's just a pointless weapon that you switch back to your normal guns. And this game kind of has the pointless feeling going. It's not my favorite flamethrower, but again, the bullet time slaps some wiener. God, the gameplay in this is just absolutely fun. You could add bullet time to any game and it'll be amazing. I mean, some people might call it bullet time, slow motion, whatever. You add that to a game, baby, I'm getting hard. Anyways, I get down to the hospital, and this is where they were not experimenting, but surgerizing me. And now I know why they were performing Jenga in my chest, and it was because the naked bitch was watching me. And then one of those crawler guys just jumps on me. Like, come on, man, buy me a drink first. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to put a cap in it. And I put a cap in it. And God, is it again? I'm loving the gameplay of this. I mean, the shooting feels good. The slow motion just oozes charm, baby. I feel like the Max Payne and Call of Duty monster game, and it is juicy as shit. I'm telling you, I like this game. Every part of it so far has gotten me hooked, got me engaged. Shooting these monsters in the wee-wees, I mean, it's cool, and you can totally tell they used to be nurses, which kind of is funny because now who's going to pay off their student debts? Because I don't know who. And then I found this dude. Obviously, that he needs more than an X-ray to fix him. And then people are just grabbing me. I don't understand what these people don't know about personal boundaries, but it needs to be stated. You guys, whoa! Holy shit! Jesus Christ! God damn! We got some hentai going on, bro. This is not only a Call of Duty horror shooter, but it's also the hentai game? Okay, this is getting better. Jesus Christ, they filleted him. Not filleted him, cooked him. Oh, they used that fire probably. I don't know. Anyways, I'll ride another elevator. There's a lot of elevators in this game. I don't know why they feel necessary to put elevators and everything here. All I know is you ride a whole bunch of them. I don't understand why, but anyways, after you go from the basement, find out why people were doing surgery on you, then you ride the slowest of the elevators. Jesus, this elevator took forever. It was a very slow elevator. People, when they talk about slow elevators, this is the one they're talking about. Because it only has a max capacity of 12,000 pounds, but for some reason, my guy must weigh 50,000 pounds, and it just can't handle my fat, juicy ass. I got one of them Nikocado asses, just too much, and nobody can handle it. And this is where I try to test out the shotgun a little bit with some slow-mo. The shotgun in this game is, okay. It's an okay shotgun. I wouldn't say it's great. It's not like the Halo shotgun, but it does okay. It handles the game alright. But anyhoozle, I head down these stairs because I've decided taking the elevator is just a little too much. I need to do some walking, get some cardio in, and head down into the depths below. Even though I just came from the depths below, I was like, it's kind of cozy down there. It was wet, damp, kind of mossy, and I like that. I get a vibe for it. Anyways, naked lady shows back up, and now she's trying to grow on me. I mean, not really. I still hate her ass because she's kind of scary, but at the same time, she's naked, and I like naked women, but I still think she should put some clothes on. It's getting kind of irritating that I can't catch her to put clothes on. And, look what she keeps doing to people. Jesus Christ. She didn't, this part scared the crap out of me. Anyways, you get down there and find out how they're creating these little goblin things, are nurses from hell. And they're basically just, testing on people. I mean, did you expect anything else? Were you, vibing, thinking, oh, maybe it's a little spiritual? No, they're just creepy. And every time these things are around, I gotta get this off my chest. It makes sounds, and I do not like that. These are a very annoying enemy without the slow motion. Look at, I can't even hit them without the slow motion. They are annoying as shit. They move really fast. The best thing to do is just slow motion kill them, but they just pop out of everywhere. They swarm you. They are like any annoying, crawling, swarming enemy, but they're terrifying at the same time. They actually scare me. Every time one of them just, came up and, grabbed me, I was a little bit shitting my pants, and I don't get scared that easy, but they were kind of terrifying. This game has some very, very scary moments. I mean, you need to play it for yourself, because I'm skimming stuff here, but anyways, right after this, after I murk my way through some of these monsters and go down to the depths of where they came to figure out the mystery of what's going on here. Again, I'll leave it vague because go play the game yourself. Go deep dive into that lore like you want to deep dive in somebody's butthole or vagina. I mean, you choose the hole, I bet you want to deep dive in it, and we all have our choices. Anyway, you get down and then you get put in this arena, and it's pretty basic arena stuff. You run around and shoot the guys, but they're all being like not psychologically, but like mind controlled by one of these creepy monsters that you've been shooting on the ground. And right after you're done, one of these guys drops this shotgun, and let me tell you, this auto shotgun fucks. It fucks hard. I mean, every time I killed somebody with this thing, I wanted to just start jerking it. Just run my hands down my shaft. Oh my god, every time I shot it, I felt like I should be like, I know that's Doom music, but I felt like I was kicking ass. And it is one of my favorite auto shotguns in a game. It makes me feel juicy, and every once in a while you get one of these kills that'll just blow people into like fragmented pieces, and I really like that. Anyways, you jump into this last little section here and go to ride an elevator upstairs, and this robot tries to kill you. And this robot is a douchebag. Mainly this battle kind of boils down to throw a grenade, shoot him run and shoot him, throw a grenade, slow motion, run in and shoot him. I kind of skipped. I didn't get a lot of gameplay from it because it was kind of lame. Wasn't bad. I mean, it was fun, and stressful, but it really just boiled down to throwing a bunch of grenades, and the whole arena is filled with grenades, so it wasn't that difficult. But after that, you finally get upstairs, and at this point, I'm kind of getting sick of the hospital. I mean, my bandages are fixed, they gave me slow motion powers, so I kick open this door like I'm Jean-Claude Van Damme, and this dude shows up with a suitcase, and he's got like tentacles sticking out of him, but like tentacles, kind of like nerve endings or something, I don't know, but he sucked. He was terrible. He took like 47.5 minutes to kill, and every time he hits you, you get this weird light effect that was super goddamn annoying. I don't know what he was made of, if it was like Kryptonian or like juicy like anger bangs, but every time I had this light effect happen, I kind of hated it, but it wasn't bad. I mean, it was creepy, it was atmospheric, so can't hate on it too much. So eventually I get into this warehouse, right, and I see this plane wreck, which I thought was absolutely badass, and that might have happened before Ventricle guy, but I don't know. I saw all these clips meshed together, and I was trying to make something cohesive about it, but another one that was kind of, I didn't know the actual place, whether I did this before Ventricle guy or after plane wreck, but I fought these goddamn specters. At first I thought they were just weird imagery, and then they started attacking my ass. And unlike the Ghostbusters, I don't need a super vacuum. All I need is a goddamn automatic shotgun and dreams. Dreams of being a glorious badass. And I felt like a glorious badass. It is like super like crazy killing these things. They only one shot. You can really one shot them, but this was cool. This was one of the like my highlights so far in the game was shooting these guys. It was a very cathartic experience. Being able to be a Ghostbuster with a shotgun will never not take the cake. And I guess I actually did take the right clip, because coming up right here is the wheel from the plane. That's right, suckers. I know how to edit. You all can suck my wiener. So, just for further ado, look at that. That's the wing, baby. Oh, look at that baby wing. I did find the plane. The plane. It's right here. And one of these idiots that thought that they could shoot me decided to leave me a little present. Just a wee little present. The rocket launcher. And I get rid of the regular shotgun, because like I said, it ain't no Halo shotgun. And I have the auto shotgun, which fucks. And this gun screams. Like, look at this guy just blew into pieces. God damn, am I badass. Ooh, misted him. I turned him into mist. How cool is that? And right after this, you get a sniping section. Yeah, baby, a sniping section. And you feel so... Look at this sniper rifle. It is a good sniper rifle. I mean, it functions like most sniper rifles, but this sniper rifle, when you need to, like, zone in on somebody's head, which in a lot of games can get you killed, not in this game, because you have slow motion. Do you remember? Do you remember the slow motion? We have talked about it a million times, how I am badass. Look at this. No scope. I played Call of Duty multiplayer. Ha. Scary Call of Duty game doesn't know how good a Call of Dutying I am at the Call of Duty game. And all of those moments that I had in the earlier portions of this campaign feel insignificant now that I have the old boom boom gun. The boom boom gun, it has a mag too, which I thought was really wild for a rocket launcher to have a mag. And you know, the Halo one kind of has like tubes that you would pull out, but this one having a mag was pretty neat. I thought that was a pretty neat invention. And here's my old enemy, like whatever his name, Professor Doctor. Haha, you're not ready for this, Professor Doctor. Rocket launcher time! And it didn't work out great for me, but I felt badass doing it. Right after this, though, right after this took the creme de la creme, I got into one of the mechs. Yes, I got into one of the mechs. And did I tear up some bussy and some pussy? Yes, I did tear up some bussy and some pussy. I am the bussy, pussy, tussie, bearsa, bussa, terror-upper. Yeah, that sounded like nonsense. And actually, for the longest time while I was playing this section, I didn't even know there was rockets. I know I could have looked at the HUD. You don't have to tell me that, but Jesus, was this cool. This was so cinematic, effortlessly fun. It was the goddamn... I love mechs. I love mechs. I don't play a lot of mech games, and I really should, because every time I play a mech portion of a game like Serious Sam recently, and this now, I feel absolutely jacked and having a great time. This was so cool. I even bought some of the mech that I fought as a boss earlier on, and I melted him. Look at this. Look at this. He doesn't have any chance against me. This guy took me like 472 grenades in like 5 minutes before. Not anymore, because I'm in a mech. Ha! The odds are even, compadre. I am a juicy, juicy mech driver. Take that, Fear Monster Land. And they ended up booting me out of it, which I thought was kind of lame. And I ended up running into this, like, alleyway, and it was all creepy. And the guy's telling me, hey, you're almost to us. This is getting crazy. And I'm like, don't worry, compadre. I just gotta hop over a quick old fencerooski, and I'll be right to you. And the light effects are going crazy, so I know some creepy shit's about to go down. And he's like, that last guy who got messed up by the tentacle porn, he wasn't about it. He was gonna fight his way out, and I was actually pretty impressed with his abilities to, like, one-handed shoot the tentacles. I was like, that's pretty cool. And the one chick that's been yelling at me the whole time, she's like around the corner, so I follow her up, and she like leads me to the cool black guy that was just like fighting off the tentacle monsters, and like a tsunami of evil monster land shows up, and look what they do to him. He's like, stay back, I got this. And they absolutely obliterate him. He was at the waifu level tsunami, and naked bitch shows up. There was so much wild. Somebody watched a lot of hentai before making this game, I swear. But anyways, he leaves me alone because he's dead now to hang out with this juicy, juicy lady. She is a very attractive character model. Like, look at that sweet ass. I mean, everything about her was pretty hot, only to have it cock blocked by getting into a car with all these losers. This only lasts momentarily because right around the time that you think you're going to get annoyed with him, he takes a quick skippity bop out of there, and you're left alone with your bae all again. Only to be, like, flashbanged into oblivion, baby. Flashbanged into oblivion. She turns into a rotting corpse. He's all messed up. And the creepy lady is back because she wants your PP. But it was only like a vision. You know, I secretly think that the naked chick is a baddie. I just kind of get this feeling. I know she kind of looks grody, and I've mentioned it earlier in this video. But anyway, you kind of get out of the truck and you end up at this school. Yeah, this is a school. The atmosphere here was, oh yeah. That's what it was. It was so good. This like built the vibes that I wanted it to build. Because believe it or not, I am a very big horror fan. Now, I don't like survival horror games that much. They're not action-packed enough for me, really. But I do love a good suspenseful horror vibe. In the moment you step into this school and start taking a peek around, you feel shivers. Brrr. Some real shivers. I'm talking to your toes, tip of your penis, back from your penis up the shaft, up through your spine, down to your fingertips, through your nose and eyeballs. You feel uncomfortable. It is eerie. It is great. Everything from the walls, the atmosphere, the dead bodies on the ground. It's perfect. Freaking perfect. This place just I don't know. This game has had a lot of good set pieces, right? A lot of great set pieces. And it's had a lot of these flashbacks that you're seeing here. But just the fact that you're in this school and there's desks now, and the little flashy ghost guys show up, every goddamn part of this was 10 times better. Because right here you get separated from your girl, right? You get separated from your girl and you're in like a different classroom. It just like drops you here. And there's a giant mural on the wall. It feels like you're back in elementary school. And the thing that's really nostalgic about this game too for me is because of when this game came out, I was still in school, right? Like high school. And you feel like this is your high school if you're as old as I am. I mean, I'm like 29, 28. What am I? 28, 29? It doesn't matter. 29. And I feel like I'm back in my high school. So when I'm like playing through these areas that like get real dark and real edgy, it's like I'm in my high school again or in my elementary school again. And the place is just going fucking ballistic. It's going ballistic, baby. And that's kind of creepy. It's like waking up, like going to sleep and having a dream about being in school again. Or like if you're still in high school, right? You go to sleep and you have that dream that you're in class. It's like that, but with blood everywhere. I mean, just that, like, schools are creepy. I don't know if you've ever been in a school at night. My mom was a teacher, right? And every once in a while, I'd stay late and help her with, like, weird teacher shit. And I had to go to the bathroom, and the whole school was, like, dark. And I, like, walked up to the bathroom, and it was creepy. And this is what I remember. This right here. And, like, every part of this just gives me chills. It was the spookiest, absolutely spookiest thing I'd ever seen. I mean, right here, there was, like, piano playing in the background. And I was like, you can't fuck with me, Ghost. I'm going to shoot your piano because I'm better than you. I was actually really tripped out about the piano. And here I come to find out that it's just this jabroni. And I'm like, what is this guy doing? He doesn't look like the music teacher. And then he just loses his goddamn mind. And he does all sorts of weird shit. He's one of those, like, tentacle guys. I figured out what the big tentacle guy was. I think I have a clip in here, but we'll see. We'll see. But what they do is they revive the dead bodies on the ground, bro. They revive them, and then those guys come after you, which is a really cool mechanic. I mean, we've all seen the reviving enemy type. We've all seen it. But the fact that they're so creepy is, like, cool. I don't know. It's really cool. It's fucking vibes. Yeah, I know, it's cringy. But, yeah, so it's just vibes. And I know I've talked about this spike gun, and if I haven't until now, I don't know. I've made a lot of footage and spent a lot of time on this video, but this spike gun fucks. It's basically an assault rifle, but with harpoons instead of bullets. I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. You pick it up off of these big guys, but they're not that special. I didn't even include a clip of them yet. Maybe down the line you'll see a clip of them, but they're not that cool. And just to like cap off the ending here, You like, this is the coolest scene of, like, a horror creature grabbing you. And this proves my point right here. And this is something that I was like, ooh, creepy. Okay, maybe she's not a baddie. Maybe I was wrong this whole time. And then this happens, bro. Baddie, dude. Oh yeah, she's juicy. I'm beginning to rethink trying to make her put clothes on. And rethinking this whole not letting her kill me. But after this, I ended up getting into this cafeteria, and I got this really cool clip of me turning people into tomato sauce, which is really fitting for a kitchen and a cafeteria, is me just pulling some ketchup out of these guys' anuses. Yeah, that sounded way grosser than I thought it was going to sound. In my head, that was going to be better. But, yeah, just juicing the blood right out of these guys. Like, that dude turned into nothing. Absolutely nothing. He was jammed to death. But anyways, you hightail it to the nurse's office. You get in there. And this is where the game flips the script on me. I'm like, oh, it's just the nurse's office. Let me use the computer. Maybe find out if I have AIDS or not. And then the floor starts. The coolest elevator in the game. I know I complained about the elevator slightly. I kind of made fun of them. But the fact that you're looking up and there's like a clash, or there's a nurse's office up there, and you're just going to a secret facility. But this secret facility is just filled with the goddamn running monsters. And now I'm not as scared of them as I am annoyed. They're not terrible. Once you realize how to fight them, you just kind of quick slap your slow motion to shoot him real quick, but it was kind of neat. I mean, it was basically prison vibes. I was almost worked at a prison one time, and I'm glad I didn't because of this section right here. Not that I expect if I ever were to work in a prison to get just like attacked by like monsters. I don't know what they're called, but they make noises. And not that I ever expect that to happen, but it just makes me feel like prisons would not be a fun place to work. Plain and simple. I don't think they'd be that fun. It was kind of cool that there was like an underground facility here, and the fact that like, even though these are kind of that annoying run-at-you monster type, they're not that bad to fight. Like I said, they can be a little bit annoying, but they're not bad. But you get down to the bottom of the little like prison laboratory experimental place, and you run into this neckbeard who's kind of been chirping at you the entire game. His name's like Snake Piss or something stupid. I don't know, something gay, but not in the homosexual way, but in the lame way. He kind of like chills with you. He's telling you basically all the lore that you need to know, kind of gives you a rundown of what's going on, and gives you like a laser rifle, which I was like, cool, dude, thanks for the gift. I really appreciate it. And then there's just this happens, right? These ninja guys show up. This ninja guy shows up and cuts his head off. And this dude's gnarly looking. I was expecting to shoot him with my new specialty gun, but the dude was just like Houdiniing his ass out of there. But don't worry, they get theirs. I find them a little later. They're all over the place and they're always invisible. But just like the running guys, the main thing you gotta do to deal with these guys is run that slow motion game on them and find yourself a corner somewhere that only has one entrance. Now, right here, I really didn't like utilize these efforts, but just letting you know for future reference, there is a way to like make this killing these guys easier so they can't like loop around on you. Is find yourself a little covey and take them out. I mean, it's not as fun as just running around and like tearing up their buttholes, but I mean, if you're having trouble with the game, that's the way to do it. I mean, this game isn't that difficult, so you shouldn't have to. But no, these guys were really cool. I thought they added a lot to the enemy variety because fighting a bunch of soldier guys with guns is kind of lame sometimes, but the enemy variety in this game is pretty good, even with some of the enemies being a little spongy. But you end up getting in your vehicle with all your whole crew, and you end up like crashing and wrecking, and you get a cool turret section, which I'm kind of a sucker for turret sections, but old Keegan here just decides to go all loony doony boonies and start wandering off by himself. And I'm like, hey buddy, I know I was a little upset with you because you were kind of being a cockblock, but come back here. We can't play these games. And we're in the subways, bro. We're not like Subway sandwiches, but in like the Subway, like New York style Subway. And we're just like going down here, and this bro just thinks he can wander off. I'm like, who does that? Like, I've let you consistently cockblock me this whole game. And I allow that to happen because I think we're homies. And even though there's ninjas popping up everywhere, and you're like being a goofball walking around like you're like, I don't know what that is. Like, what is that? What is that? Can you explain that to me? Because bro must have been smoking on that wacky tobacco to be acting this way. But don't worry, you guys have been good boys and girls, and I decided to give you a treat. I decided to show you what the laser rifle does, or the super nuke blaster. Like, look at this thing. It just melts people into like goop. Goopity goop. Anyways, I just figured you guys needed a little bit of a taste of this weapon because I don't have a lot of footage with it because you don't find a ton of ammo. Anyways, you follow Keegan out to the outside, and of course, it's looks like dilapidated city. I mean, is it as atmospheric as the school? No, but is it still pretty cool? I think so. In like a Metro Exodus kind of way. I feel like this kind of has that vibe of Metro, and I do like it. I do enjoy it. And a lot of these like locations do end up looking cool, you know? And one of the other guns you do find, I don't fire it off here, but you find like this super laser gun. It's pretty good. It's like how the flamethrower should have been, except for it cuts people in half. But you find old Keegan looking at a non-screen in a flashback, and that was kind of weird. But you go outside, and he's just like walking toward the tree swing that you've been walking to, and then the girl tries to rape you again. I mean, yeah, that's exactly. I don't understand what else to say about it other than she wants to suck up your energy or your soul, but you kind of like enjoy the outside until you run up on this mech, and yeah, you get another mech section. Mech sections freaking rule, dude. I love mech sections. This was so much fun. You do get to find out about some new mechanics in this, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a spoiler here, but I didn't like it. It wasn't my thing. I just like the regular mech camera, but you get like an infrared mode and you get to fight another mech your size, which usually you're fighting the smaller ones. I kind of thought that he was a chump and just tried to use my infrared there to show you what it looks like. Not a fan. I'm not a fan of the Predator vision, not my thing, but another mech section is always welcome. I did enjoy this. Instantly right after this, you start following old Keegan again down into the depths of the dilapidated city. And now, out of this whole little section, this was the best part. I know there wasn't a lot of action, and it wasn't grand, like explosions or gimmick moments like with mechs or anything, but running down the side of this destroyed world and seeing like the absolute destruction that was caused by that nuke at the beginning was really, really cool. I mean, this whole area I thought was neat. They didn't have to add it. It really doesn't do much. I mean, you could have just walked into a hole, but I mean, for what it is, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done and really well thought out. You end up going all the way down the sinking city to what can only be described, in my opinion, as like a dam of some sorts or some industrial, I don't know, it feels like a dam for sure, but you're following Keegan through this dam and you end up on a trolley ride that feels like it was ripped straight out of Halo 2, but not as cinematic. I think Halo 2's little gondola ride was way cooler, but this has some charm to it, I guess. I wasn't the biggest fan of this biome in particular. It wasn't as engaging as the last few, but I thought it was okay. I mean, as industrial dams go, it was one of the better ones, I would say. And this gondola section did kind of pay off. I mean, the action sequences I got from it were just top tier, and I got some of the coolest footage of me using the laser gun, which, don't worry, I saved it for you good little boys and girls. I made sure to get you a good screen grab, but as you can see, two gondolas riding next to each other, very, very Halo 2, and now I'm not calling the game a copy. I just think that they played Halo 2 and they were like, you know, it would be cool if we added a scary segment or like a cool action set piece like that. And luckily, it was even better for the fact that I got to use my laser gun. The laser gun in this game is so good, and I know I kind of hinted at it earlier in the game, but slicing people in half is just so goddamn juicy in this game. Like, this has to be my favorite gun just because it just straight up obliterates people's torsos. You hear all those fitness YouTubers out there talking about how to get cut. This is how to get cut in half. Ha! Bad joke. Terrible joke. Super cheesy. Anyway, back to Keegan. So he's like teleporting now. I mean, he's always kind of been like popping in and out while you've been following him, and he's been losing his absolute mind, going completely batshit. But you kind of are just like running through this industrial dam. It has to be a dam. It has to be a dam. Damn, it's a dam. Anyways, you get all the way to the end of this place after going up different elevators and lifts and fighting a bunch of these silly ninjas. Like, you fight a bunch of these ninjas in this whole section. And like I said, the best way to deal with them is shotgun and slow motion. But you finally get close to him, go through this door of light, and bro's pissed at you. All I've been trying to do is have his back, but he shoves me out. He's like a man who's been like scorned. You've always hear about a woman being scorned, but this dude is scorned like crazy. Only to then you're trying to get to the last facility, right? Because this facility's in this dam, and Alma is trying to stop you at all costs. And this is one of the best highlighting moments of her trying to stop you. Is you're moving your way around these crates, right? You know that you have to like progress to this last area because you need to amplify your psychic abilities, right? You have to put them up to 9,000, and Alma's there's trying to stop you at every moment. And this is at the point where I'm like starting to vibe with Alma, right? There's something about her that I'm like, you're pretty. I feel like there was something fishy going on. I mean, they kind of held her in a room and forced her to get pregnant for years, which is super uncool, by the way. You should not hold people hostage and force them to have babies and then steal the babies from them. But Alma is like, she doesn't want to. She doesn't want you to win, right? She doesn't want you to take your like vengeance out on her or whatever. But you get up this elevator, right? Last big elevator ride of the game, and it's already eerie. The vibes are off the hook. I'm starting to turn like this part had me coming around on this whole area because this is where the game's really pushing the bounds, and I see like them basically pulling Alma as a child off of the swing, and how you get these vibes of just uncomfortable, and how they used her for their nefarious means for like this ultimate weapon. And it's messed up, only to find out that tree in the field was never in a field. Like, look how depressing this shit is. And this is the moment where I start to understand her, to really grasp the nuances of what's been going on this whole game. And that moment was, like, super big for me. Well, after that, you end up meeting up with your homie, the driver of the car, and Morales, and you go through another turret section, and this one was really cool because one of my favorite things about the turret compared to the mech, as much as I love the mech, the turret you can use slow-mo, which is really cool. But Morales helps you get into this door because we're trying to meet up with the old hot Blondie here, and me and her are going to go put me in that chair, get my psychic level up to 3 because I'm now the captain of the Psychonauts, and I get what has to be one of the coolest sphere drops. And like, there's a lot of sci-fi stuff that has like the cool sphere, but this is a really cool sphere. I really like the presentation here. I really like the glowy orby stuff coming off of it. It's like it's like if one of your balls was extra radiated and was glowing. I don't know, it was cool. But the one chick from early in the game shows up, bro, and she's more worried about her career and how this will look than the world melting behind her. And no, not my girl. She straight up blasts my girl, dude. Like, this psycho bitch, like, straight up, like, shot my favorite chick in this whole game. Now I'm rooting for Alma. I want her to show the fuck up, and because this bitch sucks. But look how small my feet are. Why am I standing on the chair? And there she is. She shows up in like creepy, ugly format. But then she keeps bouncing between like baddie to ugly. But when she's in baddie mode, bro, I begin to start rethinking my allegiances, right? But then she goes back to this mode, back to not liking her. And I'm just at this like weird impasse of being attracted to her and also creeped the fuck out by her. But she sends me into the horror land where Keegan shows up and he's like super pissed because he wants Alma to love him, and it's driving him crazy. And you get these segments where you're basically shooting your way to the console every time. It's just, you don't really have to shoot him or anything. You just kind of run through this very atmospheric land to the console. This was kind of lame to me, because like there is cool stuff in this, right? Every time you beat him and you get to the console, because you don't really beat him, he just kind of one-shots and disappears. I don't know, it wasn't the apex of the game I wanted. I felt like it was kind of a downgrade, I would say. It's not really the final boss that I wanted, but it is very cinematic for all you guys out there. Every moment he grabs you, it looks like almost on top of you riding, but also like pounding your chest. It's weird. It's super, super uncomfortable. But anyway, you finally get down to the very, very last room, and this is, I decided to run into the fire because I wanted to go get into that like weird stick womb orb. I don't know, it was cool. But you get down, it starts sending you a bunch of Keegans because one wasn't already bad enough because he's just a bad homie. Like, the whole time, he could have just been like, hey, I'm attracting Alma, and I probably would have been like, yeah, go get her, dude. Fucking, I'm your homie. But no, he wants to be a dick and get violent about it, and I'm not about that. And also, I think he's lost his mind. I don't think he's much of Keegan anymore, so I gotta put an end to this. And the whole time, she's like gyrating on top of you, which is really weird because I don't know if this is in my mind and that's happening in the real world. I think that's what's going on. But anyway, she pops into the stick orb, and then you get this weird, like, sensual, like, moment, and I was mind blown. I honestly didn't know what was going on. And when these lights started like flickering, I'm like, did I do it? Did I win? Did I upgrade my psychic abilities? Am I going to put a stop to her? Is it going to am I going to feel the emotional impact of putting a stop to her after I've sort of gotten this symbiotic relationship formed in my mind? And as the sphere opens, I'm mind blown. There she is. And she has a baby inside of her. I don't know how to elaborate how messed up this moment was for me. This completely, changed my perspective of what was going on. I have no idea how to explain this, but it will resonate with me for the rest of my life. And that, my friends, was Fear 2. Now, if you played Fear 2, leave a comment down below what you thought of it. I know a lot of people tend to hate on this game, but my final thoughts are this was one of the most fun experiences I have had in an FPS game in a while. I feel like a lot of times, in modern gaming at least, the story-based FPS game is kind of not as big anymore. You get a lot of multiplayer FPSs, which a lot of people will tout up to, oh, it's just another FPS game, we get 1 billion a year. Yeah, we get the multiplayer ones, but ones with deep stories just don't seem to be a thing anymore. So to play this game and be as engaged and as hooked and as completely drawn in as I was with all these moments and Fear. I mean, I didn't even show everything. I just kind of wanted to give a full breakdown of my vibes throughout this game and give you some comic interjections. But at the end of the day, this has to be one of my favorite games I have played, especially when it comes to shooters. Is it the prettiest game? No, of this generation. Does it have the best gunplay? Not at all. But the stuff it does have, like the slow motion moments, which does take the gunplay up to a level that feels like it's still fresh. That feels like it's I don't have to relearn the game because it's not that dated. It's moments and little things that it does in that regard that keep this game feeling fluid. In the moment-to-moment set design and music and vibes this game gives you are just unmatched. I mean, I truly loved every moment of this game, and this game actually made me a little bit uncomfortable from time to time, and I had some fear. There is some actually legitimate scary moments in this game, coupled with some really great what the fuck type moments. I mean, this game took a Western horror movie and combined it with a Japanese horror film and put it in an FPS campaign that felt akin to something like Call of Duty and made it work. Made it work on a level that I think a lot of games would have trouble doing. Now, I have not played Fear 1, and a lot of people tend to get upset that this game sucked or something, but I don't understand. Maybe when I play Fear 1 one day and truly see what the legendary first Fear game was like, maybe I'll understand. But at this moment, when in terms of storytelling and atmosphere, this game is fantastic. And yeah, it's kind of a corridor shooter, and when it comes to the shooting, I think that it feels very akin to a Call of Duty campaign with really scary moments. But that works somehow. It seems to fluidly become this greater thing. I don't know how to explain it. It couples these action set pieces with these horror aesthetics so perfectly, and I think this game is a 9 out of 10. I would love to see the Fear series remade. Maybe pull it back with better graphics, make those hero moments hit a little harder. But my fear is with modern gaming that they won't keep the gore at the same level. But let me know what you think in the comments, like my video, and as always guys, subscribe to my channel, you lovely idiots. It's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed my deep dive of Fear 2. Catch you later.